Operation Gridlock shut down the streets of Lansing today with traffic backed up for blocks and people traveling from West Michigan and all over the state to protest Governor Whitmer's actions during the pandemic. And a moment that stood out was when thousands of people, the whole group, stopped and took a knee on Fulton Street as one by one people got up on the megaphone. Even during World War II, after the U.S. entered in 1941, tulip time still went on, but festival leaders say for the good of public health, they just can't let that happen this year. Has been out here with other people working with chainsaws, hacking away at the limbs, but I want to show you another scale of just how far this damage stretches. This Subaru, you can see the back windshield. Both Christian Ngabo and Ian Rowe were here swimming at the lake on Saturday, and what started as one search quickly became two. On a day when the water is this calm, the beach is rarely the same. But for one group walking the pier, the calm is all they asked for.
We was here since 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. We didn't find anything, so we come back again today. So somehow now we are feeling happy a little bit.
Christian Ngabo's family can finally bring him home. The 17-year-old from Grand Rapids was swimming with his brother when he was swept away by a rip current.
I never saw him sad or mad or anything like that. So he left a big gap in our family, and we will miss him a lot.
We started immediately Saturday night in an attempted rescue mode.
The currents kept Sergeant Eric Westfier's divers out of the water Saturday as they looked not just for Ngabo, but for 6-year-old Ian Rowe.
When we were here for the initial call of Christian, a mother approached one of our deputies and notified us that she was unable to locate her 6-year-old son.
Divers found Rowe in the same area they would later recover Ngabo's body on the north side of the pier. Ian, known for his hugs, just finished kindergarten at Grand Haven Christian School.
Just loved others and gave of himself and loved God in his life, and we'll always carry those memories with us in our hearts for years to come.
And as the families prepare tributes to both Christian and Ian, Westfier's focus turns back to the water.
The rip currents are extremely dangerous, especially at this beach. Just the way that pier and the structure of this beach is set up, we do have quite a few rip current incidences.
However much the virus forces isolation, some things can't be done alone.
Yesterday morning, we woke up with 3 inches of water in our basement.
When the skies cleared, Bernie Snoyer and his wife Corey didn't know where to turn.
I had to knock on the door, which is very unusual right now.
Chris Burns didn't expect it.
Corey was standing on my front porch with tears in her eyes.
But Spring Lake's village manager didn't wait long.
I just put a post out on Facebook asking for volunteers, and we had a great turnout.
The next morning, a group of people filled sandbags at the Snoyers' home, building a dike in the backyard in just a few hours.
But we had to kind of put aside that 6-foot rule in order to get this job done.
Look at all the people that came, all masked and all in good spirit and they're enthusiastic, so that takes away a lot of the agony.
It's one fix that Burns won't spend much time celebrating.
All of our beautiful assets are underwater, people's homes are underwater, streets are closed. It's gut-wrenching, really.
Spring Lake has already given out nearly 2,000 sandbags to residents. Burns says they're looking at over $1 million in infrastructure repairs, all of them having to wait until the water goes down.
And we're really trying to make decisions on what we let flood and what we try to save.
Tough decisions that County Emergency Manager Nick Bonstell says many communities on the lakeshore will have to make well into the summer.
But don't just look at it as the record rainfall. A lot of it is because the groundwater saturation and the drains are so high that it's not going to take much for this to happen again.
In Spring Lake, Noah Fromson, 13 on your side. Outside, we can chat from a distance. But people in assisted living homes, like Maple Woods,
can you hear me?
Yeah.
are stuck with an online connection.
Not all we can do anymore.
It's how Joan Buck stays in touch with her daughter Elaine while she waits to have an elective surgery.
So we're in a holding pattern right now, which is a little frustrating because now we really can't do anything with the whole coronavirus.
And as the restrictions ramped up,
residents can still go outside and get sunshine, but they can't have guests.
Out came the table.
I brought it a little over a week ago.
And a creative daughter looking for any way to see Mom.
Did she look at your leg again?
The conversation isn't much different.
They had ribs on sale at Meijer.
Oh,
But through the window, they're able to pass the time
May I see a piece?
like a mother and daughter might at home,
I don't know.
I see a lot of pieces.
acting just like a mother and daughter would.
It's a pleasure to have her out here. She's always coming up with fun ideas, doing things.
It makes you appreciate being able to see each other in person a lot more.
But Elaine will settle for meeting through the
It's a
glass,
tough one. There's a lot of detail on that.
coaching Mom through puzzles,
I got it.
as long as she has to.
I'll see you a little bit later.
Noah Fromson,
Sure, I'll be here. I'm not going anywhere.
All right. See ya.
13 on your side. Lately, the days start the same way.
I go out for the mail and I still look down the road hoping to see her coming down the road getting ready for coffee or just to say hi. Or
For the last 30 years, Paul Moss welcomed Gene Beatty into his home every afternoon, a tradition he wasn't ready to lose.
I don't know, I'm distraught. I just can't imagine.
Beatty died late Monday night, just over a week after she was hit by a vehicle near Moss's home. Her family watched her health decline in the final days.
My daughter was born in March, and she doesn't get to see her or meet her great-grandma.
Ashley Kegg knew the injuries were serious, but she also learned never to count Grandma out.
She was a strong woman, and she'd still be here today. I mean, she'd probably still be here the next 5 years.
Police are following a couple leads, but currently have no suspects. Meanwhile, Beatty's family is looking for any way to reach possible witnesses, or even the person who hit Gene.
It'll be easier on your conscience, I think, and you know, it'll give the family closure or at least answers.
Just be accountable for your actions. You took a mother, a grandmother, and a great-grandmother away from us years too soon. Someone knows something.
In Clyde Township, Noah Fromson, 13 on your side.